ठीक है, बढ़िया है, थोड़ा ऊपर चला गया हाँ. So go back and see our previous show. What was my prediction? याद है?
180?
Between 180 to 190 I had said.
I said 160. 176 for... Somebody actually had said 176 for 5.
I said between 180 to 190.
Hmm.
And the score is 186. That means 187 is what India needs. Let's start from the beginning. Sharath is asking, Ishan Kishan played a test inning?
He was struggling. He was struggling and Ishan Kishan. In fact, he carried on from exactly where he left in the last innings. But unfortunately, today he just couldn't get going.
Why do you think that is? Because he gets chances once in a while? What do you think could be there?
Now you can't say that. See, you will get your chances. The opportunities, of course, will be very limited because you see he's your second choice opener. To be very honest, he's your second choice opener. So he'll get his chances only when the first choice opener, one of the two first choice openers, is not there or not available. So that is when he's going to get his chances, and you'll have to make use of those opportunities. Rohit Sharma in his post-match in fact, when he came for the post-match presentation ceremony, he mentioned about this issue as far as Ishan Kishan is concerned. Today, once again, and the opposition has also figured it out. They opened with a left-arm spinner. They opened with Akil Hussain, who actually mixed it well. His orthodox spinners and at times he bowled those seam up.
Okay. Great Learner is asking, Virat ki form kab tak वापस आएगी? यार, just today he has played an outstanding knock, and Great Learner, you're asking about form. I don't think form.
Nikhil, do you think he was in his elements?
He was. He looked fantastic. Actually, he was looking good last time also before he got out. But today, that one shot reminded me of...
His dismissal, was it a blessing in disguise for India?
No, I think he was playing aggressive at the time. Tough to say.
50.
Tough to say because...
of 41 deliveries. Huh?
Yeah. No, but at that time...
126 strike
126 for a top order batsman. Then Suryakumar also 130 strike rate.
No, that's fine. That. No, but he didn't... Suryakumar Yadav didn't bat that long.
You saw Rishabh Pant and Venkatesh. I say Rishabh Pant is a different batsman. Of course,
no,
he is and so is Venkatesh Iyer. But I'm saying batting that low down the order, this is going to be a thing. But see, where Virat was batting at that time and you were losing wickets, that time I think his strike rate is fine. And you need one batsman
You
like
had lost just one wicket.
Yeah. So what was at that time?
No, see,
Rohit's strike rate was also close to 100.
I am not criticizing Virat Kohli, and somebody who would say that Virat actually batted in perhaps more difficult conditions, and if you compare it to what Rishabh Pant and Venkatesh Iyer, when they came in, the dew has also come in at that point in time, so you can say that they got a better deal. But we always talk about the template that you have to, from ball one, you have to go bang, bang, bang.
No, not everyone can bat like that. It's not possible for every batsman.
Then why do we talk about that?
Varun is replying. Varun Parvataneni, if I've got that last name correct. He says, not a blessing in disguise. He laid the foundation for 5 and 6. Not every day.
Just a question that I was asking.
All 5 would have. No, but that's a valid question. I'm sure some would, just as he's saying that, some may have raised a question about strike rate also. But I think you would need a batsman like that. And 120 strike rate, if one batsman is giving everyone else 130, 40, that's fine. Because you would need a batsman who can get you a big total as well. And I think Virat, Rohit, these are those two guys who will give you a big total. But today was looking good. I think he was relying on his hand. There was one shot where he hit through the covers for 4. Didn't even move his feet, just used his hand. Remind me of Sachin Tendulkar, that particular shot. So that was it. Maybe, I don't know whether our fans can tell. Anish had sent a request at the start saying, don't talk about Virat Kohli's batting. Don't mention him. And what we did in our pre-show, we did not mention him. We mentioned his name, but in other contexts. Then we were talking about test captaincy, or we were talking about other things. But in today's match, incoming, loading, nothing we spoke about. So is that the secret recipe?
No, but he
That
got
sports today should not.
no. That's not going to happen. And because see, Virat did score a half century. At least on this particular issue, Nikhil and I are not on the same page. I thought this was not the same Virat Kohli that we've seen in the past. Of course, he got those 52 runs. And
So what did he do in the past? He was scoring at 150 strike rate.
no,
Then what was different?
no, but see, Roston Chase, he couldn't dominate Roston Chase. Now there was a six that he hit just a couple of balls before he got out,
Yeah.
and that
Dropped on the boundary.
Dropped on the boundary. Had that catch been taken, his score could have been 46 or 40 deliveries. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that, of course, he did his best to get his bat onto that ball, but I'm saying that he was, I won't say struggling, but yes, he was not the same Virat Kohli or the dominance with the dominance at which he scores his runs. But at that point in time, of course, you can always say that he laid the foundation for Rishabh Pant and Venkatesh Iyer. They were also under pressure. I'm saying they were also under pressure, but they got those runs. They got 76 run partnership for
Yeah.
them. And in no time.
No, so there's an interesting suggestion. So see, like Himanshu is agreeing with you. He's saying you're right that his strike rate wasn't great. There was a question here. Why doesn't he open?
Virat.
Yeah, somebody had said and make use of the power play. Sorry, I've missed your name. Ha, Avinash. No, not Avinash. Okay, that name has gone. Okay, anyway, I think his point was interesting. If he opens, many are then going to say what happens when KL Rahul returns. But I think maybe KL is better suited to come a little later because he can accelerate. He can get you runs at 150. And if Virat is opening, maybe his strike rate will also go up because when it's the power play, we know he can find gaps. And he's mostly a guy who hits ground strokes.
Yes.
So you get lots more four. And that way his strike rate also goes really high up. So may not be a bad option. Rohit and Virat opening. And at number 3, you can look at KL or whatever. Surya comes at 3 or even Ishan at 3 if Ishan is playing whatever. And then 4 Surya or 4 KL. That is something that they can look at. Not a bad option. If you are really concerned, if you are concerned about Virat's strike rate, maybe that's something that the team can look at and that may just sort things out. Manish Kumar says, Iyer batted well, we should groom him. Absolutely. See, that's what we were saying earlier as well. That someone like a Venkatesh Iyer didn't have 2 good ODIs in South Africa and we discarded him saying, oh, he cannot be a number 6 batsman. But you got to remember, that's not where he plays. Most of his cricket, most of his runs, he's been getting batting on top of the order. So you have to persist with him. Good that you got a chance now also because of a few injuries and, there is scope to get players in. Anyway, he's got his chance. 2 matches now. He's batted well.
Yes.
So I think this will be reassuring. And that pool you were saying should not become big, but it will become big.
Sorry.
If Venkatesh Iyer also is going to do well, that pool will become big.
But who else is there in that pool?
No, I mean, Hardik Pandya is fit. He
No,
returns.
but if and when Hardik Pandya is
No, I'm saying
fit,
that pool is becoming bigger.
and then you'll get him without any match
Deepak
practice.
Huda as a spin bowling all-rounder is in that
Fine.
pool. Ravindra Jadeja is in that pool. Washington Sundar is in that pool. So it's becoming bigger. I know you want to
But
make it
with
small.
Venkatesh Iyer, Hardik Pandya and Deepak Huda, one thing is common is that they are all batting all-rounder. When you say Ravindra Jadeja, in T20s you can still say Ravindra Jadeja. I think he's an all-rounder. He can bat in the
exactly.
same fashion the way he can bowl. So, but if you say somebody like Washington Sundar, he's a bowling all-rounder. So out of these 3, if you have to pick your T20 World Cup team, I'm saying Deepak Huda, Hardik Pandya and Venkatesh Iyer. I think 2 should make it.
Yeah, eventually the 2
will make it.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
you mentioned about someone asking a question that Virat should open, that would actually
Yeah.
suit him. So just on the basis of runs that he scored today in the power play, so because he came in to bat in the second over, I think penultimate delivery of the second over, Ishan Kishan got out. So he came in at in the second over, and in the power play, by the time the 6th over got finished, he was batting on 18 of 13 deliveries, if I'm not wrong. And then eventually he finished with 52 of 41 deliveries, which means that after the power play got over, he scored 34 runs of 28 deliveries. So just to reinforce, maybe.
but I guess also true. But maybe if he see again, the pressure of coming down when a wicket has fallen is different to when you're just opening. And
Just one wicket fell.
yeah, makes a difference, slight difference.
So, but
I think it would.
No.
But also I don't know. Okay, so my point is, if that's the case, if that is the new template they're talking about, or if Rohit wants to implement, has he had a talk with Virat Kohli how to bat and what his new template is, or do you think the captain is happy the way he is batting?
captain says that he's in a great space.
So then done.
But
Captain
then-
is going to run the team.
See, that's why I'm asking. I'm saying that runs should translate into victories also, into good. Not every time you would score runs and India would win, but
Yeah.
at least I would say there should be times. I'm not saying that because it's a team sport. 11 players actually play for a team, and Virat scores had two good scores in South Africa out of 3 ODIs. I'm talking about. You lost. India lost. Here also he got a 50. I'm not saying that India is going to lead. 180 should be a very, very competitive score, although not safe when you're defending a score like 180.
Yeah.
But still, Nikhil, I don't know.
No,
I
fair,
thought
yeah.
he was not in his elements. What he used to be. Roston Chase against an off spinner, he was struggling. At least it seemed.
No, but Roston, I'm going to give credit
Yes,
to Roston
yes.
Chase. He's really evolved as a bowler. He's no more the traditional off spinner.
Right.
He's increased his pace. There's variation of pace. He's also bowling the straighter one
Yes,
like
yes.
Narain. So I think, just on the subject of Roston Chase, what were the IPL teams doing? None of them bid for him. He's a decent batsman. Watch out for him. You only seen him in one game. Earlier he used to play the anchor role, but I think now he's upped his game. So he's going to be batting. So that's going to be important. And the kind of bowling he does, what were IPL teams thinking? I don't know. But anyway, Prat Kumar has... Sir, what about Ruturaj Gaikwad? Ishan is out of form since IPL and Ritu proved in the IPL domestic but didn't get any chance. Why not improve his form for MI? Okay. So just in terms of Ruturaj and thing, again, I think, yes, Ishan Kishan isn't having a best of the times, but if you've given him a chance, I am not the one who thinks remove someone very quickly. I would still want him to get another chance in this T20I series. Yes, you've got Ruturaj. Maybe you have a T20I series coming up with Sri Lanka. Give him a chance. Then news is that KL may not be fit. So if you're thinking that KL is fit and he comes back, then how will Ruturaj play? Give Ishan another game if you played him too. Let him try and perform there. If not, then the next 3 matches you can give Ruturaj as well. I think that's my...
And going by the policy that this team management has employed, I think Ishan Kishan should get a chance in the next match also, and then in the T20 series against Sri Lanka, just reiterating what you said, in that series against Sri Lanka, KL Rahul, since he's not going to be available, so Ruturaj will open with Rohit Sharma, or maybe
Virat Kohli does, okay.
or maybe Rishabh Pant,
No, I think
Or-
Rishabh is needed more now in the middle.
or maybe Venkatesh Iyer.
Or maybe Rahul Rawat or Nikhil Nas. We don't know. Anyway. Okay, just, I had to take one comment.
We need batsmen who can hit sixes at will in the middle order.
That's why I said that.
Avinash.
That's why I said... No, I wanted to comment because you were talking about Virat Kohli. And so there's that comment. Lavish Khatri says, Virat is not finishing well. Only difference from what he was earlier. That's the only difference he thinks. But in terms of his batting strike rate, I think not much has changed. So that is the difference. But is this the new template Rohit wants, VK18? I'm guessing, yeah, this is the new template. Team is playing. But that brings me to the other point. Is this a winning total also? I'm not quite sure. I think this West Indian team bats very deep. So, and they will have better conditions to bat on. So don't be too sure that this is a match winning score. Yes, the template may be there. But I don't know whether this is a match. I don't know what you think of the score.
You've
187.
You've got a decent score on the board, but still not safe enough for this West Indian team, especially in conditions. That's the only worry. And to be very honest, India should be happy, relieved that they've gotten to a score like 180, 186 rather. You know, because at one stage it seemed that you could end up scoring or reaching just 150 odd runs, maybe, and if you bat really well, you could reach somewhere in the vicinity of 170. But you stretched it to 186. So India should be very relieved. They've got a very good competitive score to defend, but conditions and West Indies.
So Amit Sharma also saying the same thing when you're talking about Virat. He's saying finishing is the issue, not the strike rate in terms of where Virat is.
And
Okay.
a few of the West Indian fast bowlers bowled quite a number of wide deliveries. That also, I
Jason
think,
Holder,
yeah.
such poor bowling. We were praising him to the sky, and here, if I was Lucknow Super Giants, I'd be like, oh my God, I paid so much money.
Was
to have him.
was that maybe due to the wet,
Wet
ball?
ball? No, but again, yeah, they've played so much of cricket.
Bowled,
and
no,
he's-
I understand.
You'll get used to it. You'll have
Of
fast
course.
bowlers now coming from the Indian
No, of
fast
course,
bowlers
there
bowling.
is
Come
no
on.
excuse, but still, he's not practiced lately because he was injured. So last few days he's not practiced,
No.
and suddenly he's
No excuse for such a experienced player playing at that level.
and
Poor bowling.
and a few times what I noticed was that Virat Kohli, in fact, he was. A few of the West Indian fast bowlers, they bowled a few wide deliveries, and Virat was frustrated. Either because he couldn't get his bat onto the ball because they were way down the leg side, or and the ones that were bowled on the offside, those wide deliveries. So he seemed a little frustrated, and after that, a couple of deliveries, he was beaten by Roston Chase, and eventually he just wanted to, maybe a better batsman in Virat Kohli would have said, just rotate the strike, go to the other end, and I think that is when he got his.
Rishabh Pant, yesterday our discussion was around Rishabh Pant, so I don't know whether Rishabh Pant saw that and he said, well, you want runs from my bat, there you go. Gets a 50. That one hand six, I think, is his speciality. He's done it in the IPL also, especially when it comes in his arc towards the leg side. He hits it really well.
With his bottom hand.
Near the mid wicket area. So he's very good. So that he is very good at. And before that, did you see he asked for heavier bat?
Bhari
Bhari wala bat.
Bhari
So the
wala
Bhari bat was exactly to
News about Hungrekar.
we've already spoken about it. Go to the preview video when you're previewing the game. Now here we're only talking about
Okay.
this player.
Now a lot of people would say that for example, once we took your question.
Vansh is the one who suggested. No, not Vansh, was it?
Oh yeah. Vansh
Who
was
suggested
on.
we not? No.
Yeah,
that was
Vansh,
not
I
Vansh.
think.
Anish.
Anish.
Anish,
Ishan
yeah.
also played 30% of his deliveries in the last match, and same percentage had been played by Virat, and Rishabh Pant was batting aggressive. Ishan Kishan was also struggling in the previous match. He scored 35 odd runs, and Virat, I would say, even if he was struggling, it is I think the batsman in Virat Kohli, such a great batsman that despite struggling so much, he got to his 50. He scored those 52 odd runs. Maybe you never know. Today, right now, I can say a lot of people can say and criticize that 52 runs or 41 deliveries never got going. But maybe the foundation for this 186 run score that India had posted was laid down by Virat.
Okay, try and answer Pranjal
I hope it's
Shukla's.
not a tricky one. Has Virat Kohli's template just changed after all this scenario? He is looking to attack from beginning. Is this the thought good for him? Pranjal, eventually what happened, the score at which Virat was dismissed, a strike rate of 127 runs was his strike rate. 127 was his strike rate. So that's close to his career strike rate. And he came into bat in the power play. Obviously, at that point in time, the ball was hard and new. Majority of the fielders were inside the circle. So, and he knows his gaps. So I think that ways when he comes into bat, we always see that he is aggressive. It is just that it's just that his strike rate drops. The moment he goes on for a while.
So a few comments on because of that. Satyam Sharma says no, he wasn't struggling. He stopped because of falling wickets. So he started a bit aggressive and then dropped a bit. Is
Quite
what
possible.
Satyam is saying.
But then what about that template?
No, but I'm saying that that template also Rohit Sharma made it very clear that the template is not one plan.
Right.
There are multiple plans. There'll be a plan A, plan B, and for each player it may be a different template. Now, I think you would need someone who can hold the innings for a longer time. Maybe Virat is that guy. Not everyone he wants them to play at 130, 140 strike rate. Maybe, or maybe 150 strike rate.
Possible.
So, and you already know that Rohit has made it very clear that the captain is in great frame of mind. Sorry, Virat is in great frame of mind. So, all of them put together. See, if he wants Virat to bat any differently, then the captain is always there to
Okay.
speak to
Austin Kuna.
Austin Kuna,
has
yes.
come up with a good stat basically. So he's saying Virat's last 6 T20 international 50s have come when he came in the power play. Should he open with Rohit? Virat scored 40 ball 50 versus KKR in 2019 and scored 100. That's 100 T20 I think last.
Okay, I know, I get
Why
the
no
point.
one
So
talks about Rohit when he gets
he's
out
saying
early?
why when Virat gets out early, you guys talk about. When Rohit gets out early, you do not. No, we talk about Rohit Sharma as well. Just that because it had been an extended patch of Virat, I think that talk came up. Today, I mean, we had different opinions. Rahul thought that maybe strike rate is something, so he doesn't see him as good as he was earlier. And I think, I mean, I was of the opinion that his strike rate in T20 cricket was always like this, even when he was getting a lot of runs. I think the difference is at that time he was getting a lot of big scores, so we were not looking at strike rate. Now those big scores are not coming that often, so we're looking
Okay,
at.
you think
strike
Virat is 100% confident about his batting at the moment? 100%.
No, he's not. I said that. I said it earlier as well. I think there was, and this is what I've seen in the last few months. Maybe there is some
Self-doubts?
thoughts, yeah, in his mind. Clearly, it seems like that from outside because suddenly his technique cannot become faulty, and not in all format of the game. And yes, he's getting runs, but those big scores that he used to get so often are not coming. So clearly, few things have changed, and what has caused that, only Virat will be able to tell you that. So, on that sense. That was, I think, but yeah, I agree with the suggestion of Virat batting first. That may take care of the strike rate if you want him at that strike rate. I think if I was captain, I'd probably be okay with him giving me this sort of strike rate as well.
Abhijit Anand says Rahul Rawat cricket is very easy on TV and not on field. I absolutely agree with you, Abhijit. Absolutely agree. And trust me, you should come and watch me when I play. You would. And I would say that actually cricket is very easy when we watch it on TV and when we are playing.
दूध का दूध,
We
पानी
are
का पानी होता है. Absolutely, it is.
But
very
I'm not
fair.
a professional cricketer. I'm
Yes.
a professional journalist.
Correct.
So
Of course. The best film critics have never made a film.
exactly.
The best auto experts have never made a car in their life or a bike in their life, right? So but that's happened. They drive and tell you what is good, what is bad. Someone sees a movie, tells you what is good, what is bad. That's our job to see cricket and tell you what we see. You may agree or disagree with it. That's
Exactly.
entirely
My
up to you.
organization can always question me on the stories that I do or the stories that I miss. Because I'm a professional journalist, I work for an organization. Similarly, a professional cricketer, footballer, athlete, any athlete will get the criticism also and will be showered with a lot of accolades and praises if he does well. As simple as that.
So Satyam has a point कि although Virat played great innings, but I felt कि shots में उतना smoothness नहीं लग रही थी. I don't know. Today I thought that there was that elegance in his shot, barring that six which he tried to hit. But again, he's never been a slogger in the sense
Yes.
his sixes will never be like that which he got dropped. But otherwise, his timing and all I felt was absolutely fine. Got beaten by Roston Chase, who again I'm giving credit to the bowler, is bowling outstanding. And to all the IPL teams, I don't know what your scouting talent or whatever they were doing, I would pick Roston Chase up. He's bowling like Sunil Narine at the moment. I know, huge comparison. And he's a decent bat as well. So,
Chalo, I think the match has resumed.
आप
Okay,
लोगों ने
sorry.
मस्त शो निकाला है. Thank you, Textile. Keep watching हमारा मस्त शो.
Tech style.
See you at the end of the game.
We'll-
Bye.
Okay.